Nearly 30,000 ships pass the Cape each year, and frequent gales and heavy seas off the coast, particularly in winter, increase the chance of damage to ships. Adverse weather can also drive immobilized ships ashore. The rocky coastline increases the chance of a ship becoming a total loss if she goes ashore, while frequent fog, particularly off the west and southern coasts, can also cause accidents, groundings or collisions, despite modern navigational aids. For many years, South African harbour tugs also doubled as salvage tugs. While they were not ideal for salvage operations, they performed some remarkable feats. Over the years, and with the increase in the size of tankers and bulk carriers, the government realized that harbour tugs would not be able to cope should a large vessel need salvaging. These days, a specialist marine services company is contracted by the South African government to have an emergency towing vessel on standby at all times. That vessel, a very powerful tug, is capable of handling a large ship that, if she had gone aground or suffered serious fracture at sea, could have caused major disaster, and particularly should oil pollution have resulted from that incident. There are two potential sources of oil pollution from ships. There's the crude oil that is carried by tankers. And then, of course, there's fuel oil that's carried by all ships. And in some cases, several thousand tons of fuel oil could be aboard a large tanker or an oil carrier container ship. And we saw that problem in Mauritius in 2020, when an oil carrier grounded and caused considerable pollution of the pristine island's coastline. Apart from saving life, the primary objective in a salvage operation is to prevent and/or reduce oil pollution of the sea and coast that results from accidents to ships. And we're going to have a look at the processes involved in a salvage operation. The major salvo in South Africa is contracted to respond immediately to any casualty along the coast or further out to sea. Although the circumstances of the casualty, her position, or condition may change the procedure, this is the usual sequence of events. A notification of a casualty is received, usually via the Maritime Search and Rescue Coordination Center near Cape Town. The big tug and other vessels in the area are placed on standby, and the tug will put to sea. And perhaps helicopters or other aircraft or rescue agencies need to be mobilized for rescue or search operations. The relevant facts are established, like the position of the casualty. Where is she? The nature of the casualty. Is human life in danger? The type of vessel involved, the cargo, and the amount of fuel on board the casualty. Everyone involved is put on standby or even mobilized, including the salvage team, the nearest port. Customs and other authorities also need to be notified. Weather forecasts and tides are also noted because they will be important in such an operation. An ongoing risk analysis is done while calculations of distances, time, and costs are estimated. Contracts determining a Lloyd's open form or scopic or daily hire agreements are negotiated as well. The safety aspects of operations and environmental impact are always considered, and finally, all documentation and meticulously kept records are updated. Once a salvage operation has been completed, the salver calculates the costs and claims these from the owners of the casualty, whose insurers will probably dispute the amount. The dispute is then heard by an arbitration court. All those involved prepare presentations to the court so that a decision can be made. The arbitrator will decide if the original claim was fair and then give his verdict and order that the correct salvage claim be paid to the salver. The South African coast sees frequent casualties, with over 2,600 ships known to have been lost over the years. But even more than that have been saved from going ashore, or have been refloated after going ashore, or saved from other danger. This is because of the work of those salvors who save the ships and their crews and their cargoes from imminent danger.